How are you guys? Thank you for joining me. I'm here to give you the remainder of January, clarity on how you're doing, what's coming in for you on love, career, home, and in general, okay? If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. I am a metaphysical healer and psychic guide, and I provide general readings, long-distance Reiki, and guidance for crystal children. All of that information is below, along with my contact information. If you are new, thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so I can reach you in the next video. I do have a special going for the remainder of January, $20 for a 40-minute reading. At this point, I ask that you just turn down the dial of noise and chatter in your head, and let's just get rid of all of the repetitious calculations and get in touch with our senses so that we can start creating and manifesting our reality with positive ideas, okay? This is a general reading, so it will not resonate with all. Take what fits and leave the rest. I will pull 7 cards from the 22 major arcana so that I can get further clarification on the aspects that we'll cover in your life. Sorry, I had to get one out that didn't belong there. And one more. I will place all the cards, and then I'll do just a brief kind of overview of them, and then I'll place them up so you can see them. You've got the Hermit and your personal feelings. The Devil card came out in love. The Chariot and work. Strength in your reaction and feeling. The High Priestess in what's coming. The Wheel of Fortune and what you want to happen. And the Hierophant in the future card and where you're headed at the moment. I pull 4 cards for each section. One is an influence card, the rest are clarifiers. I will pull other clarifiers should I feel that more needs to be spoken about. And I do not take reversals, I take them as they are. Should I need a similar type of meaning as a reversal, it'll come in directly in the cards are placed. Alright, I hope the new year is treating you guys well. My Libras, huh? You guys are serious. You're messing around. You need to tell it just how it is. I really like that about you guys. You get it done. Very loyal. Alright, you guys. My Libras, remainder of January 2019. What they need to know. So your overall personal feelings at the moment of a Hermit. So it looks like you kind of had some introspection regarding your home or your overall well-being, your feeling of you, your home, just in general. You've kind of had an overview of your finances, anything that you needed to see that can shed some light on ways that you can improve your finances. And it looks like you've had your eyes on a particular situation coming in, and you have a little bit of self-doubt, some negative thinking, some stress happening with whatever that is coming in, and we'll take a look at what that might be here in just a few minutes, okay? And in love area, we have the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Magician, and the Devil in the current position. So I feel, not to be negative, but I do feel maybe some of you are dealing with some shystiness. Maybe you just come into some knowledge about some stuff, and you're in a crossroads of kind of what to do. It left you feeling really, really like kind of like crap, a little bit on the betrayed end, feeling like you have a whole lot to take on now that you have gotten this information. It seems as though it started out positive and some information came through that left you kind of like, well, what the heck? Now what do I do? Now I need to start kind of just manifesting a whole nother direction, okay? That's what I'm seeing for a group of you. For others, I see that there's offers of love coming in, but that's not what you were looking for. Maybe there's an ex coming back and you're like, well, no way, I'm not ever going to touch that again. You left me feeling like crap. I appreciate the offer, but that is just not happening. I cannot get over what that felt like to have just that betrayal and that doubt that was put on you, and then you had to do all of this self-recovery and healing, right? It left you in a position of questioning kind of everything, and now you're in a position again, like, well, it's not a hard choice to make, but it is a decision that you have to evaluate. And all you can think about is, man, I'm very much interested in producing my own route. You already know you have what you need. You don't need anybody's offers to go in the direction you're wanting. Matter of fact, I'm going to just make up a new order of what I want. That's kind of what I'm feeling for some of you. The Devil card is either some information came out about a situation, perhaps you're holding on to a situation you need to let go of, if you're holding on to a relationship. And I also feel that this situation is also in your mind. Okay, you're feeling very much in your mind about it, and it's kind of holding you back from other things, but you're ending the situation in a very positive light, where you are not really diving into the turmoil. You're more or less coming out of this with positive optimism and powerful manifestation. So you're coming out of it on the other end, even though you're feeling the situation at the moment, but it will pass. All right, and then for excuse me, gosh, sorry. In your career area, we've got the Star card, the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and the Judgment. I have a feeling like some of you are going into business with a partner, and you are serious about your stuff. Maybe sales. I see a lot of sales. Maybe one of you is doing sales and the other one's doing administration. One of you, you're very logical, you're very straightforward. You could even be in healing. I see healing or teaching, and both of you are in a teaching type position, lots of communication in those power positions, a lot of influence, a lot of empowerment. I see this as something that perhaps you've worked very hard for. You've gone through the motions. You've learned knowledge. You've gained experience and understanding on certain things, and it's now you're able to use that information moving forward and put it towards something that you always wanted to do, and it's also something that you worked hard for. The Chariot is the overall energy for your career area. This is what the universe is saying is happening, okay? The Chariot. So if this hasn't come in yet, it is. It's on its way. You are definitely getting an opportunity to start something with a partner, or you are able, or you're getting an opportunity that is allowing you to offer different sides of your personality. Both areas are going to, there's going to be room for both to be applied. Yes, maybe that's where the King and the Queen of Swords comes in. Both will be applied. You have two perspectives that are going to be heard out of this, and it's very healing. It's something that needs to give the Judgment and the Star card and the Chariot, saying that all of this is very important. Whatever this mission is that you need to be doing is important, and it's time to get that going. In your home, we have the Devil again, the Six of Swords, Temperance, and the Tower. I feel that a group of you have a kiddo that might have just gotten in a bit of trouble. That's what this could be down here in the love and relationships with the Page of Cups. It could be that maybe you have it doesn't matter the age. Kiddo has gotten themselves into a little bit of a struggle here. And for that group of you, you are in a little bit of a bind. You know, you're emotionally trying to deal with this. This is a hurtful situation. It's upsetting for you. You don't want anybody to be in pain. It could also not, it doesn't have to be a kid, but someone that you influence similar to that if it's not your child. And you are having to make some decisions on what to do and how to handle the situation, and kind of pull some shit out of your ass to get it going and figure it out, so that you either so it doesn't happen again, or so that you can make sure that this, again, like this lesson is learned. That's what I'm seeing. And it's causing turmoil for those of you at home. It is definitely giving you an overall feeling that, man, I really just want to go back to harmony. And when is this going to come? And, you know, it's a big change happening for you right now. Big change happening for you right now. And manifestation is a big part of this. So the universe is letting you know you need to keep your manifestations going. It's going to be important that your intuition and your any potential that you have to keep this situation positive and moving forward in that progressive direction, that's what you need to be focusing on. Not the turmoil, not the stress. But I do see that there is some time involved here, and possibly there might be a little bit of a journey. Maybe you're going to have to take a journey to deal with this situation. Others of you, I feel like some of you might be having a loved one that might be having an addiction situation, and they're going to need to take some time, possibly to rehabilitation or to some family in the country, somewhere where they can get away and really work on that, work on themselves and to get that healing going, because right now they've hit a pinnacle moment in their life where they've realized that enough is enough, and this can't keep going. It's affecting my relationships, it's affecting my home, it's affecting my life, and this is the time now that I need to go take care of this. And that's what's happening at the moment for those of you that are dealing with that situation. The Hierophant came as far as where you're headed. So for those of you in that situation where a kid got in trouble, if you're dealing with like a teenager or even just someone of younger, maybe less mature energy, I see court here for some of those situations, and I hate to say that, but I do see some legal types of or even a counselor. Maybe that's why. It could be counselor for some of you as well. Someone that's going to guide you in more of a forceful situation, a forceful way, to get you in the right direction. For others of you, I see that you have been long awaiting a road trip or some type of a getaway, and now's the time, maybe the end of January and the beginning of February, you're looking to take some time to travel, and you're just kind of in that waiting period. You're excited, and right now you're kind of stuck on the thought of taking that trip, and you're not really focusing on what's going on right now. But I do implore, and I'm getting a message that for those of you who are in that situation, make sure you're not leaving anything behind that needs to be taken care of. No loose ends. Make sure everything's tidied up. There's no communication that doesn't need to be had. There's no projects that need to be finished up. Everything is in a perfect position to take that trip. That way you don't have any surprises when you get back, or any underlying energy that's stressful or just residual that you need to take care of, because then it's going to be underlying on your mind while you're gone, and it'll be something that possibly could create additional issues when it could have just been dealt with beforehand and been done. Okay, for whoever that is for, that's what I'm picking up for that. And in your future, Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Hermit. So I'm seeing that for those of you taking that trip, this is an opportunity for you to take some introspection, to look inside of yourself, and to really gain some clarity and some confidence and direction. And for those of you who are dealing with an addiction problem, or a kid that's having any kind of issues, I see that they're definitely going to get a change in perspective. It's going to take some guidance. It's going to take firm and truthful information, but from a perspective that is fresh and new. Okay, because otherwise you're going to be in a situation where otherwise they're going to be in a situation where the information coming to them isn't going to be as welcomed. No, the information received will be taken in a much more positive way. Okay, I see that coming in. It could be an older woman with an ability to connect with the situation. So a very personal type of relation. So it doesn't matter the age. In other words, they can be very mature, but still come back down to reality and be laid back. Okay, and that approach is going to help the situation tremendously. What you want to happen is the Wheel of Fortune. What's coming is the High Priestess. And what's kind of connecting all that and where you're headed is the Hierophant. Okay. And what you need to know now, what's most important, is the Three of Wands. Okay. What the universe wants you to know is that you are in the first step of, you're at the beginning of the end of the situation, okay? So the only way to get to the completion is to start that completion. And right now, with whatever's happened, okay, even though whatever it is that happened, negative or positive, now that it's happened, it can move to the next step. And with that, comes the ability to heal from certain issues, whatever issues that you might be dealing with, know how to avoid them in the future, and create a belief system that not only protects you, prevents it from happening again, and gives you what you want, which is overall abundance, overall knowledge, overall completion, success, happiness, well-being. Okay, so if you or someone you know or love is dealing with any kind of issues with the law or addiction, or even if it's just an addicting type of a situation, a person, it could be a person or a situation, the word of advice that I can give you from my personal perspective is that this is a positive step in the direction of better days. Okay, you have to start somewhere, and right now you are on a beautiful path towards a better perspective, towards higher vibrations, towards new and improved belief systems, or you are gaining this knowledge to pass this along to somebody else who is in need of these things. This could be energy that you are dealing with, and that you are trying to build to provide the necessary security, or whether it be emotional or financial. It could be on a basis of support as well. Okay, your overall in this whole deal, your reaction and your feelings is strength. The universe is telling you to pull your strength, pull your reserves. Okay, you're in the completion of the first step, and you are progressing. Have strength. Know that progression is happening. All right. That is the remainder of your January reading, guys. I hope that helped, and I will see you next month.